Okay, so today I'll be going through the 2024 WA1 for Henry Park Primary P5. All right, so let's start. Okay, question 1. What is the value of 4 in the number 842,673? So the 4 is over here, which is in the 10,000s place. Okay, so for this, we look at the option, the 10,000s place, 4 is be 40,000. So your answer will be option 4. Question 2. What is 1,784,016 in numerals, meaning in numbers? So we look carefully at all the options. 1,784,016. So your answer will be option 3. So let's move on. Question 3, we have 9 minus this missing number equals to 7 whole 3 over 8. So they want to find what's the missing number in the box. So for this one, we want to find the missing number. We have 9, we just minus the 7, 3 over 8. All right, so let me write down 9 minus 7, 3 over 8. You convert 9 into a mixed number as well. It will be 8, 8 over 8. Minus 7, 3 over 8. You will get 1 whole. 8 minus 3 will give you 5 over 8. So your answer will be option 2. In question 4, how many 6 are there in 2? 2 over 3. So the question is asking for 6, right? So take note, here is thirds. So first thing first, we have to convert it into 6 as what is in the question. So to make it 6, we must times 2 to the numerator as well. We will get 2 wholes, 4 over 6. All right. So to find out how many 6, we can change this into an improper fraction. Okay, so we just take 2 times 6 is 12. 12 you plus the 4 will give you 16 over 6. So they're asking how many 6, right? So we just take a look at this. The answer will be 16 sixths. So option 1. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. So we'll do question 5 first, or later I will scroll down. Okay, what is the area of the shaded triangle? So for this one, the shaded part should be over here. Okay, I think this is, you cannot see on your paper, but this should be the shaded triangle. So how to find the area of this shaded triangle? Your area of your triangle, right? It will be half times base times height. So your base, we will choose 4 as your base. And then the height, take note, it must always be perpendicular to your base. So this one here is 12 will be your perpendicular to your base of 4 cm. So your base is 4 cm, your height will be 12 cm. So let's take half times 4 times 12. Okay, so we learned, right, that actually we can simplify the fractions because this whole paper you cannot use your calculator. So how we simplify fractions? So, right, I can make 4 becomes 4 over 1 as a fraction. So as long as diagonally you can simplify, I can simplify both. I divide by 2. So 2 divided by 2, I'll get 1. 4 divided by 2, I will get 2. So this one just becomes 1, right? So it's just 2 times 12 will give me the answer 24. So that would be option 1. Okay, let's move on to the question below. Question 6. Okay. So ABCD is a rectangle. AB equals to 12 cm, BC equals to 9 cm, and DEC is a straight line. What is the total area of the shaded parts of the rectangle? Same thing, I think this is the shaded part is missing as well. It should be this one and this one. Okay, so for this question, you're going to find the shaded part, right? Actually, if you look at this rectangle, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you that if I draw this here, I split it into this rectangle and this rectangle. This shaded part here is half of this rectangle over here. This shaded part here is the half of the other rectangle that I've drawn. Okay, so overall, actually the two shaded triangles will be half of the entire rectangle. Okay, so let me write now. Area of the shaded triangles is equals to half of the entire rectangle. Okay? So in order to find the shaded area, right? So area of my shaded parts, like I said, is half of the whole rectangle. So it's half times, we have to find the area of the whole rectangle. It says that AB is 12 cm, and then my breadth BC is 9 cm. So I just need to take half times 12 times 9. Okay, same thing like what I've showed just now. Okay, if you can simplify, try to simplify. So this one, right, both diagonally, the 2 and the 12, you can divide by 2. So this becomes 1. 12 will become 6. So the first number is just 1. So 6 times 9 will give us the answer 54. Okay, so your answer will be option 3. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Okay, let's do 7 and 8 first. Okay, sorry, 7, we have to skip the question 7 because this is a ratio question that is not in the syllabus anymore. So let's do question 8 and 9. Okay, question 8. A fruit seller had 140 papayas. He threw away 1/4 of the papayas that were rotten. He sold 3/5 of the remainder. How many papayas were left in the end? So let's do, you look at this one. There's this phrasing here, 3/5 of the remainder means fraction of the remainder. So when the question has such a phrasing, please draw your model. Okay, so first thing first, I'm going to draw my total. The total, you look at the original denominator, it's 4. So I'm going to cut my original model into 4. Total, they told me the fruit seller had 140 at first. So he threw away 1 out of the 4. So this one we can put as throw away. All right. And then they tell me he sold 3/5 of the remainder. So, right, from this all these remaining here, these 3 units are my remainder. I label it as R. Okay. Then you look at the new denominator, it's 5, right? So I have to draw the drop-down model. My remainder now has to be 5 units. Okay, so the same length, I draw 5 units. And then he sold 3 out of the 5. So another 3 units he sold. So this must be my left. So the question is asking how much were left. So we start off, the only number we have given is the 140, which is the total. So the top model, I can call it units, okay? So total, there were how many units at first? There were 4U, right? So 4U is 140. So always find 1 unit. I will take 140 divided by 4, which will give me the answer 35. This should be 5. Wait, let me clear it first. This will be a 35. Okay. And then next, I'm going to find the remainder, which is 3 units. So that will be 3 times 35 equals 105. So now actually I found my remainder. I'm going down to my drop-down model. Okay, so my second model, I'll use parts. So total, there are 5 parts. So 5 parts equals to 105. Always find 1 part. We'll take 105 divided by 5 will give us 21. So the question is just asking how much is left, right? So is just 2 of this, so it will be 2 parts. So it will be 2 times 21. That will give us our answer, 42. So the answer will be option 3. Okay? All right, so question 9. A table with 4 columns is filled with whole numbers in a certain pattern. The first 4 rows of the table are shown below. Okay, so we have row 1, row 2, row 3, and then the column A, B, C, D. They ask, in which column will number 220 appear in? Okay, either A, B, C, or D. So if we look carefully at all these columns, right, the only columns that actually have a pattern that we are very familiar with is actually column B. If you look at column B, they're all 4, 8, 12. These numbers should be very familiar to you. They're all multiples of 4. Okay? And then, so actually all these are in running order, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. But the ones that we are familiar with is your column B multiples of 4. So what you do, you just simply take 220 divided by, okay, actually this one you can just ignore. 220, you divide by 4 because there is a multiple of 4 here. Okay, then you will get the answer 55. So means this 220 is also a multiple of 4, meaning it will also appear in column B. So your answer is going to be option 2. Okay, so let me just try out. If actually, if you want to try another number, for example, it's not 220, okay, some other number, like for example, it's 13. You can also divide by 4, okay? If you take 13 divide by 4, right, we will get 3 remainder 1. Okay, so all the numbers, when you divide by 4, which gives us a remainder 1, it will be in column C. Okay, and then if you take 14, for example, you take 14 divided by 4, okay, we will get also 3 remainder 2. Any number we give a remainder of 2, it will be in column D. And then for column A is any number, when you divide by 4, it gives a remainder of 3. Okay, so that it tells you which column is it in based on the remainder. If no remainder, it will be in column B. Okay, so that's the pattern for this question. Okay, so let's move on to question 10. Find the value of this expression here. Okay, so when we look at this, we have to remember our order of operations. First, we have to do the brackets first. Okay, so this inside the bracket, there's also minus and times. We have to do the priority, the multiplication first. So I'll underline this to say that I'll do this first. So the rest that you're not solving, you just copy down, all right? So the 100 I'm not touching. Okay, minus 8 times 8 will give you 64. Then you write down the rest that you're not solving yet. Okay, next, we have to still do the bracket, right? So we have to underline this one. So 100 minus 64 will give us 36. Then the rest just copy down. Divide by 2 plus 3. Okay, so now we have to do all our operation. We will do division or multiplication first. So this one comes priority as compared to the plus. So 36 divided by 2 will give us 18 plus 3. So this is our last one already. 18 plus 3 will just give us our answer, 21. Okay? Okay, question 11. We need to find the value of 2 over 7 times 1 over 8. So 2 over 7 times 1 over 8. When you have to do fraction times fraction, right, make sure you check whether your diagonals you can simplify first or not, okay? That will make your calculation easier. So you don't have to simplify later. So 2 and 8 both can divide by 2, right? So 2 divided by 2 will give you 1, okay? 8 divided by 2 will give you 4. So once you have simplified diagonally, right, you just multiply numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. So 1 times 1 will give you 1. 7 times 4 will give you 28. So our answer for question 11 will be 1 over 28. Okay, question 12. Find the area of triangle ABC. So recap, the area of triangle is half times base times height. Okay, so here we have to choose the base and the height, okay, which are perpendicular to each other. So from what we see here, I will choose, okay, 15 as my base and my height will be my 20. So let's take half times 15 times 20. Okay, same thing. If I want to simplify, I can simplify the fraction here with the numbers, okay? It will make my calculation easier because this one cannot use calculator. So here you have a 2, right? So the one that I can actually simplify with 2 is actually 20. So I make 20 into a fraction, okay? So both 20 and 2 we can divide by 2, right? So this one we get 1. 20 divided by 2, I'll get 10. Okay? So you see the resulting will just be the first one, the 1 over 1 is just 1. 15 times 10 will give me the answer 150. Okay? See, this one will make, I can calculate without doing working. Straight away, just take 15 times 10. My answer will be 150. Okay, so please simplify first, okay? Otherwise, without a calculator, it's very hard to calculate all this. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, question 13 we skip, okay? Because it's also a ratio question. Let's move on to 14 and 15. Okay, Jane has 50 more sweets than Daryl at first. After Daryl ate 10 sweets, Jane had 4 times as many sweets as Daryl. How many sweets did Jane have at first? So this one, they give us the comparison of Jane and Daryl at first. After that, there were some changes involved, and they tell you the after that what happened. So the before, they tell us Jane has 50 more sweets than Daryl. So let's draw the model for Jane and Daryl. So Jane has 50 more sweets than Daryl at first. So I'm drawing a longer bar for Jane and a shorter one for Daryl. Okay, so the difference between them is 50. Okay, what happened? The change is Daryl ate 10 sweets. So actually, I take away 10 from Daryl. I just shade a bit to represent him eating it. Okay, so after that, Jane had 4 times. When I see this 4 times as compared to Daryl, it means that Jane in the end has 4 units and Daryl actually has 1. So take note, he already ate 10, so his remaining sweets is until here only. Okay, so looking at this, always look at the difference in units. So 4 units minus your 1 unit is equals to 3 units. Okay, so the difference between the 4 and the 1 is 3 units is from here to here. So let me label. So how to find the 3 units? It's just 10 plus 50. So let me write that down. 3u equals to 10 plus 50. That will be 60. Always find 1 unit. I take 60 divided by 3. That will give me 20 for 1 unit. After that, let's read the question. It asks, how many sweets did Jane have at first? So Jane, no change anyway. Before and after is the same, 4 units. So find 4 units, it will just be 4 times 20. We will get our answer, 80 sweets. Okay? Okay, question 15. In a box, 3/4 of the fruits are pears and the rest are oranges. After giving away 160 pears, there are now twice as many oranges as pears. Find the total number of pears and oranges in the box in the end. So let's look at this. Okay. It tells us that 3/4 of the fruits are pears and the rest are oranges. Meaning total, there were actually 4 units at first and 3 of them are pears. So the oranges is actually just 4 minus 3, just 1 unit. So let me draw the model for the pears and oranges. Pears will be 3. And then the oranges, just I told you, is 4 minus 3 is 1 unit for oranges. Okay, so what the change is after giving away 160 pears, so take note, only pears were given away. There's no change to the oranges. There are now twice as many oranges as pears, meaning in the end, the oranges is 2 units. The pear became 1 unit. So you take a look here, there's no change to the oranges, but the oranges became 2 units in the end. So let me just cut it to make it become 2 units. Okay, so when I cut one, I have to cut all. The original unit, there was 1 unit here, all have to cut correspondingly into 2 units each. So take note, it tells me that oranges have 2 units in the end, pears have only 1 unit in the end. Meaning, from here to here, this must be the one that was given away. Okay, the 160 that was given away. So we count actually, this 160 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. Okay, so 5U equals to 160. Okay, always we have to find 1 unit. There will be 160 divided by 5. Okay, wait, let me write this later. 160 divided by 5. Okay, we will get 32. So what is the question asking for? It asks for the total number of pears and oranges in the end. Take note, in the end, it's just 1, 2, 3 units. Okay, so to find 3 units, we just take 3 times 32. We will get our answer, 96. Okay. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, question 16. The figure below is made out of squares of side 12 cm each. Find the area of the shaded parts. So take note, one side of the square is 12 cm. So you want to find the area of the shaded part. Can you see that actually the shaded part is made out of 2 triangles? This one actually, yeah. So there's triangle A here, and there's a triangle B here. 2 triangles, okay? So let's find the area of each triangle, then we add them up together. So for area of triangle A, okay, so we choose one base. So I'm gonna choose this as the base, okay? This one is the base of the triangle. And then remember, to find the height has to be perpendicular to the base. So I have to extend out like that. Okay, this is my right angle. My height will be this line here. Okay, this one here, which is also 12 because each side of the squares are all 12. So for area of triangle A, wait, let me write later. Area of triangle A will be half times base times height, right? So my base just now I say is already this one, which is my 12. My height is this one here, which is also 12. Okay, so same thing. When you have this fraction, right, possible, please simplify it, okay? So 2 and 12 both can be divided by 2. So this one will become 1, this one will become 6. So you just left with 6 times 12. This is easier to calculate, okay? You can get 72. Okay, now let's move on to triangle B. Okay, triangle B is more straightforward, the base and the height. Okay, wait. So the base is this, then the height is this, okay, because this is a right angle as well. So both the base and height is also 12. So half times 12 times 12. Same thing, simplify. Actually, it's the exact same as above. So my diagonally, this one I divide by 2 is 1, I divide by 2 becomes 6. 6 times 12 will give me 72. So both add up together. You want to find the total shaded area, right? I take triangle A, which is 72, plus triangle B, which is also 72. 72 plus 72 will give me my answer, 144. Okay? Okay, question 17, also a ratio question, so we will skip this question. Then let's move on already. Okay, question 18. Peter used 2/5 of his salary on a TV. He spent 1/6 of the remaining money on a table and $350 on some chairs. He was then left with 1/4 of his salary. What was his salary? Okay, so whenever you see this phrasing here, fraction of the remaining money, that's your clue to draw model. Okay, so let's draw the model together. So we look at the first fraction first. It tells us 2/5 of the salary, meaning his total salary, I'm going to draw 5 units based on the denominator. So let's draw 5 units. 2 out of 5 will be on the TV. Okay, so let's label this is for TV. he spent 1/6 of the remaining. So this one, let me put as remaining first. Press R to represent remaining. So here currently got 3, but his remaining money, look at the denominator, is 6. So I'm going to draw a drop-down model to represent my 6 units. Okay, this is 6 units. He spent 1 out of the 6. So it's 1 out of the 6 units on my table. So this is table. So let me write it down. Table. Okay, and $350 on some chairs. Oh no, I don't know how to label this $350. So I'm going to put this one side first. Then we continue reading. He was then left with 1/4 of his salary. So right now, how are we going to label this 1/4? So we go back to the first sentence. It tells us that Peter used 2/5 of his salary at first. So the total, the denominator is 5, right? Now, in the end, he was left with 1/4 of his salary. Now the denominator is 4. You realize that both is of his salary, but the denominator is different. One is 5 and one is 4. So what I'm going to do now, I will find the lowest common multiple of, so lowest common multiple is LCM, lowest common multiple of 5 and 4, which is, okay, 20. Okay, if you list down the multiples of 5, list down the multiples of 4, the lowest common multiple is 20. Okay, this means I want my total salary. Okay, my total salary to be 20 units. Okay, because that's the common multiple of 5 and 4. So what I'm going to do with my 20, I have to make the total 20, right? So here, take note, my top model here, there is actually 5 units. If I want to make total 20, each one has to be 4U. Okay, so let's label each one as 4 units. Okay, and then this part that is equal, right? So here to here, total is 12 because 4 times 3 is 12. Here I have 6. So each one, if I want to find how much is in each, I take 12 divided by 6. Each one has to be 2U. So let me label all these so that they are all equal units. The total here must be 12. Okay, so 2U, 2U, 2U. All right, so I've labeled 2U ready. So now let's go back to the question now. The $350, I still have no idea how to label, but now let's see the amount of money left. It says that 1/4 of his salary is left, right? So let's find out how many units is left. Okay, so now remember his total salary is 20 units. To find 1/4 of 20, I just take 1/4 times 20. Remember, I changed the of to a times, okay? So 1/4 times 20. Okay, this one you can either do 20 divided by 4 or like I said just now, you can simplify diagonally. So this one 20 can become 20 over 1. Diagonally 4 and 20, right? Both can be divided by 4. So this will become 1. 20 divided by 4 will give me 5. So now you just times, okay, you will just give me 5 units. Okay, let me write down this properly. Okay, because the 1 times 5 will just give me 5 units. So this means that I have 5 units left. Okay, let's go back to the model. How am I going to draw 5 units left? This is 2. This is 2. So the cut in the midpoint here, okay, here to here will be 5. So I can label here left and put my 5U, okay? Just to remind myself that left is 5 units. So this was my table, this my left, right? So my 350 for the chairs must be in between from here to this here. Okay, this is for my chairs. Okay, so here, how many units is the chair? If you see carefully, this is 2, this is 2, this is half of the 2, which is 1, meaning it's 5 units. So my chairs, I spent $350, right? So 5 units is equals to 350. Okay, always we have to find 1 unit. So there will be 350 divided by 5. I will get $70 for 1 unit. Then let's go back to the question. What was his salary? His salary, remember, we found that the total salary must be 20 units, right? So we just write 20U will be 20 times your 1 unit is 70. Okay, so this one you can do your working, or either way you can take 2 times 7 is 14, then you add the 2 zeros behind because there's a 0 here and there's a 0 here. Take note, this paper cannot use calculator, okay? So either do working or you just do what I've just said. So to get 14, then you add 2 zeros behind, your answer will be $1,400. Okay? Okay, so let's move on to the question 19. Okay, question 19, I need more space, so I need to clear my drawings first. Okay, so for question 19, the figure below shows a rectangle ABCD where AB equals to 20 cm, BC equals to 12 cm, and BE equals to DF equals to 6 cm. Okay, find the total area of the unshaded parts of the rectangle. So take note, this one they want the unshaded parts, not the shaded one. Okay, but you look at this figure, the unshaded parts, very hard to find the area. So what we have to do to find the unshaded is we have to find the area of the whole rectangle minus this two shaded part. Okay, take note, these two, I will label it A and B. You can see, cannot see. Okay, let me change color to perhaps, what color should I change it to? Okay, never mind. Let me just stick with. Okay, so if this is A and this is B. Okay, so triangle A and triangle B. So just change back. So take note, here, right, both triangles, they have common base of 6 cm, right? This is the base 6 cm. This one, this base here is also 6 cm. So let me share with you something interesting for triangles with same base, okay? As long as they have the same base, right, we can find their total area, okay, by taking half times their common base, which is 6, times their combined height. Because in this question, there's no way we can find their individual height. Okay, so their combined height, if you want to look for the height of the triangle A, the height of triangle A is over here, the right angle here. This one, the dotted line that I've just drawn. Okay, and then for triangle B, the height, right? This is the base. So this one, I have to extend out slightly. So the height is here. Okay, the height is, let me make it clearer. The height is, you need to extend out to draw the height. Okay, because this is a slanted height. So I have to draw, then this will be the right angle, right? So the line, the dotted line I've just drawn, okay, they actually connect. It's a straight line. Okay, the height of triangle A together with the height of triangle B, they add up to total of 20. Okay, so as I was saying just now, as long as these two triangles have the same base, this two area of A and B is half times the common base, which is 6, times the combined height of the two triangles. In this case, their combined height will add up to 20. Okay, so let me write down in words what I've just said. Okay, so triangle A and triangle B, they have same base of 6 cm, right? So for triangles with the same base, right, how to find the total area? Total area of triangle A plus triangle B, okay, will be half times their common base. Okay, this one is only for triangles with the same base, common base times combined height. Wait, cannot see what I'm writing here. Common base times the combined height. Okay, why this one? Why is my handwriting like that? Combine. Sorry, combined height. Okay, half times common base times combined height. So it will just be half times common base, the same height, same base, right, is 6 cm. The combined height of these two triangles A and B, take note, I already drawn a dotted line. This one here, the dotted line for A is here, and then the height for B is the other dotted line here. Okay, these two together will give you the entire length AB, which is 20. Okay, so for this one, take note, simplify. So this one I'll make it into a fraction. Diagonally, the 2 and 6 both can divide by 2. So I'll get 1, and this one will be 3. So the first fraction becomes 1 already. So 3 times 20 will give me 60. So A and B total area, the shaded part, is 60. So what to do to find the unshaded part? I have to find the entire area of the rectangle, then minus the 60. So how to find area of rectangle is just length times breadth. So the length is 20, right? It's given a question that BC, this whole thing here, is 12 cm. So to find length times breadth, you just take 20 times 12. This one you do your working, you will get 240 for the total area of the rectangle. So to find area of the unshaded part, remember it's just take rectangle minus the area of the two triangles A and B. So you just take 240. Okay, what is it? Okay, just take the 240 minus your two triangles. So 240 minus 60 will give us our answer, 180 square centimeters. Okay? So take note, this special case here whereby you can find these two triangles combined is if they have a common base. Okay, so this is a very specific scenario. If two triangles got common base, to find the total area, then you can do this way of taking half times the common base times their combined height. Okay, if they don't have a common base, then you cannot use this formula. All right? Okay. So let's move on to the next question. And this is also the last question. Okay, question 20. A group of friends shared some coins among themselves. They tried taking 13 coins each, but found that their last friend only had 4 coins. Then, when each friend took 10 coins, there were 12 coins left. How many coins were there altogether? Okay, so for this question, right, actually there's two scenarios. The first scenario here is they tried taking 13 coins, but the last friend only had 4 coins. Then the second scenario is they each tried to take 10 coins, but there were 12 coins left. Okay? So actually in both scenarios, right, let me draw a model. This is actually a shortage and surplus question. Because which one? The first scenario is like they don't have enough for the last friend. Then the second scenario is like they have extra for left in the end. Okay? In both scenarios, right, they actually had the same number of coins. Okay? That is why I'm gonna draw two equal bar first, and each bar I'm gonna use it for each scenario. Okay, so I can say this for scenario 1, this for, sorry. The first one is for scenario 1, and the second bar is for scenario 2. Okay, so for scenario 1, they tried taking 13 coins each, but found that the last friend had only 4 coins. This one is not they have 4 coins left. This one is the last friend don't even have enough. He only had 4 coins. So how many coins is missing for the last friend? Okay, so actually the each supposed to have 13, right? But the last friend only got 4. So there's actually a shortage of 9 coins for the last friend. Okay, so for this, I need another 9 coins in order for each friend to be taking 13. Okay, so let me write down for this first scenario, including the 9 that for the last friend, okay, they each have 13. So it's called 13 each. Okay, let me just write this down. Okay, sorry, I think it's called a bit lagging. Okay, scenario 2. When each friend took 10 coins, there were 12 coins left. Okay, this one is coins that are extra. Okay, so this one got surplus. So this one, after each friend took the 10 coins, they still have 12 coins left. So this 12 is within the number of coins that they have. So here to here, it means that they can each take 10. Okay, so 10 each. This one here, we rewrite it. Okay, so take note, for this one, right? Here to here, each friend can take 13 each. And then here to here, each friend can take 10 each. All right. So the difference, actually, you can take 13 minus 10 is 3. So meaning the difference here to here, they can afford to take 3 each. Because here to here is 13 each, so 10 each. So here must be remaining the 3 each. So let's see, right? How many of this, what is this? How many coins are there here if each friend actually took 3 each? Okay, from this part to this part. Okay, so let me write down number of coins if each has 3, right? So looking at the model, within here to here is 12 plus 9. So let me write 12 plus 9 is 21. So if each friend took 3 each, that's actually add up to 21. So we can actually find the number of friends. We just take total divide by each person is 3, right? So we take total 21 divide by 3. We will find there are actually 7 friends. So once we find 7 friends, then we can actually find how many coins were there altogether. We can choose either scenario 1 or scenario 2. Let me just choose scenario 2. Okay, so let's say there's 7 friends, right? So each of them can get 10 each. So it's 7 times 10 will be 70. But remember, there's actually a 12 left, so we just take 70 plus 12 will give me 82. Okay, so the answer will be 82. Let me write this clearer. Okay, you take 70 plus 12 is 82. Okay, this one is scenario 2. Let's say I did scenario 1 instead. Okay, scenario 1 is the one on top. Okay, so there's 7 friends, each of them got 13 each, right? So I will be taking 7 times 13. Okay, that is equals to 91, right? Then remember, they've actually, theirs is until here only. There's this shortage of 9, so I actually have to minus 9. So 91 minus 9 will give me 82 as well. Okay, so that's the answer for question 20. So we have come to the end of this session. Thank you.